Check this out, guys. We've had real hands-on leaks of what the iPhone 16 models will look like. These new models are showing us features and leaks that are going to make the iPhone 16 really awesome. And that is what we're going to focus on today. And let's start out then by having a look at these real hands-on leaks. So these designs that you can see right here are coming from Sonny Dixon, and as you can see here, I think the most obvious sort of leak or kind of design change that we can see here is on the iPhone 16 and also on the iPhone 16 Plus. We can see here that the camera module on the back has changed. We don't have that kind of square kind of look ever since we've had since the iPhone 11. We've got this new sort of rounded design now. It looks pretty awesome. So it does actually look like that Apple have gone back to this sort of pill design that we had with, say, the iPhone 10 and also the 10s, and it looks like they're going to be applying this to the 16 and the 16 Plus. And in fact, we have had lots of leaks and reports come in over the last year or so saying that Apple are going to change the design to this. So it definitely looks like now this is going to be coming true. I myself have even made some concepts, as you can see right here, and I'm even hopeful that Apple might even make, say, a two-tone effect, as I think this would be really cool and distinguish the iPhone to look amazing. Next, though, is the screen, and in fact there's actually two upgrades here, but let's talk about the first one, what confirms upgrade number 2. Sonny Dixon's design, as you can see here, you can tell that the iPhone 16 Pro and also the iPhone 16 Pro Max has definitely got a larger display area, and it is definitely larger than the likes of, say, the iPhone 15 Pro Max that we got here compared to the iPhone 16 Pro Max. And even if we look right here, we've also had leaks and reports in the past telling us that we're going to be getting a 6.1-inch display for the iPhone 16 Pro, and then for the iPhone 16 Pro Max, this is going to be a 6.3-inch display. And again, with Sonny Dixon sort of leaks here, this is definitely showing this is probably going to be coming true now. But if that's not enough information to tell you that the screen is definitely going to be large this year, well, let me talk about that second upgrade, what is confirming the third upgrade for the iPhone 16 Pro and the iPhone 16 Pro Max that is definitely going to be getting a larger display this year. If we look here at this report here from the Elec, you can actually see that Apple are even working on even thinner bezels than what they had last year with the iPhone 15 Pro models. So that's right, guys, the border around the iPhone 16 Pro models is going to be even thinner this year, and this will definitely allow for that sort of screen upgrade to go from a 6.1-inch display up to a 6.3-inch display, and also from a 6.7-inch display on the iPhone 15 Pro Max all the way up to a 6.9-inch display, what is really, really exciting. But the next big upgrade, what we can see from Sonny Dixon's leak here of the design, is all to do with buttons. And this leads on to upgrade number 4, with a brand new button being added to the iPhone 16 range. We can actually see right here on actually Sonny Dixon's leak here that there is an extra button just below, say, the power button. And a lot of you are wondering, well, what's this button going to be? Well, we've actually talked about this button in the past. And we actually had a report come in from Mark Gurman, and it seems like Apple, what they want to do is make a dedicated spatial vision button, recording button. So with pressing this button, it allows you to use, say, your Vision Pro and actually get that sort of spatial vision, that 3D kind of effect of recording. And Apple look like they're making a dedicated button just for this on the iPhone 16 series with this new button that's going to be below the power button. But then there's upgrade number 5, and this is going to be a new button added just for the iPhone 16 and the iPhone 16 Plus. And that, of course, is the action button. Now, the action button was introduced last year with the iPhone 15 Pro and the iPhone 15 Pro Max. And of course, Apple are bringing this over to the iPhone 16 and the iPhone 16 Plus this year. You'll be able to use this button and customize it to open up certain apps or use certain features on your actual phone. You can also use the Shortcuts app to actually customize this button in any way you want to do that. And it looks like this is coming over to these two models too. And of course, the iPhone 16 Pro and the iPhone 16 Pro Max will also feature this button again this year. For my own personal thoughts about all of these upgrades that we spoke about, I am super excited that the iPhone 16 and the 16 Plus will have a more distinguished design than what the Pro has this year. And I'm also really happy that Apple are making the new larger displays on the Pro and also the Pro Max. And effectively, it won't feel much more larger inside our hands due to their little trickery and bits and pieces with doing the slightly updated design and also making the actual bezels even smaller with doing that. For the action button being added to the 16 and 16 Plus, well, that was a given. I was expecting, I think all of you were expecting that was going to come over this year. But for that new spatial vision dedicated button, I'm not too sure about this, to be deadly honest. Apple are putting a lot of emphasis on making, Vision Pro a big thing, and that is really, really good. But to make a dedicated button on the iPhone, it just seems a little bit odd in my opinion. Apple in the past obviously have had loads of other different features being introduced that are big ones, and yet they've never made a dedicated button for this. And so it just seems a little bit backwards for Apple to be adding buttons onto an iPhone instead of removing buttons instead. Well, I've always been the sort of Apple way to use everything on your actual sort of touchscreen on the front of the phone. So yeah, I do feel this is a little bit different and a little bit backwards in my own honest opinion there. But as I always say, even though these designs here are just mock-ups right now, what the new iPhones are going to look like, we will have to wait and see what the official iPhone 16 models are actually going to look like. And of course, these are all just leaks, rumors, and reports that we're getting in, and I'm just reporting on these to you right now. But next of all, guys, let's talk about the giveaway that is happening on this channel, and it's happening at the end of June time. And that giveaway is simply for this right here. This here is an M3 MacBook Pro, and it's actually been specced up a little bit more. That is actually got inside of it the top range M3 chipset inside of it with a top GPU, and also what's inside of this, there's also 16 gigabytes of RAM inside of this machine too. And I'm going to be giving this away on an international giveaway, like I said, at the end of June time. And all you need to do to enter in is just put down in the comments below of what technology or Apple gear you're planning to buy or hoping to get in 2024. Put it down in the comments below to enter into this international giveaway. And also at the same time, if you are brand new here, make sure you subscribe to this channel and also hit that notification bell, because you'll want to know when I'm going to be doing the announcement, what is going to be a live stream of this MacBook Pro when we're going to be giving it away at the end of June time. So make sure you do that right now. And also, guys, I just want to say, sadly, there are still lots of people out there who are scamming or kind of impersonating myself, telling you to WhatsApp, Telegram you, or things like this. This is not me at all. Please do delete their posts, or better still, as you can see here, please do report them. So then, guys, next of all is the release date. Now, I will say this, that I have talked about the release date in previous videos, so if you have watched that and listened to that, feel free to skip ahead in this video, or if you want to have a quick recap, please do listen on. Let's talk about the release date. So generally speaking, release date in past history has always happened around the sort of early to mid-September time, where Apple normally do an event to announce their new iPhone range. Now at this event, we do also see other products too, and this year we're probably going to see new AirPods, and we're also maybe going to see a new iPad at this event too, and also of course the Apple Watches as well. The iPhone 16s are always at the end of the actual event, or any iPhones are always at the end of the event, so that is when it's going to be happening. So do imagine that that's probably going to be happening, like I said, the beginning or mid sort of September time, but the actual release time of the actual new iPhone 16 to get into our hands will probably be kind of the end of half of mid-September or at the end of September sort of time, when we'll be able to get our hands on them. And as we get closer and closer to the date, I'll be able to tell you when the exact date is going to be for the actual release date of the iPhone 16 models. And with that, guys, though, it's time to wrap up this video. So if you have enjoyed watching it, please do press the like button. Also, if you want to hear the latest Apple news, reviews, and comparisons, please also make sure you subscribe to this channel and also hit that notification bell too. Until next time, guys, I'll see you really soon. Take care. Bye bye.